Is it possible today to live without technology? To do without a telephone, electricity, or even a car? In Argentina, there's a community that leads a life from another century, far removed from modernity. They're called Mennonites.
We have no car, no radio, no cell phone, nothing.
I'm totally against cell phones and the internet. It influences people's behavior.
At the heart of these communities are extremely large families, with sometimes as many as 16 children. And a literal interpretation of the Bible, unchanged for over 200 years. Shunning all contact with the outside world, they speak a Germanic dialect, known only to themselves. The Mennonites' daily life? Total submission to religion and manual labor. Everything else is dangerous, hence their lack of understanding of the world and their rejection of the greatest scientific advances.
Most Mennonites don't believe in the existence of dinosaurs.
Some of my friends on the colonies did not believe the Earth was round.
But secretly, some decide to defy the rules and use technology. At the risk of being banished from their communities and forever separated from their families.
They banished him. He can't come back and live here.
They say it's a satanic device.
He was excommunicated. He has made some serious mistakes.
These dissidents lift the veil on the terrible pressures they have encountered.
I'm happy to be able to go on living.
Mennonites can be found on every continent, but those from Argentina are reputed to be the most extremist and inaccessible.
He says he forbade them to do that. The shooting, all of it.
Is it not possible?
No, it's not possible.
Who are they? What do they do? How do they live? And above all, will they accept us, having never seen a camera? After months of investigation, we were able to gain their trust and live in immersion in different colonies. From the most conservative
No photo, no photo!
to the most progressive.
It's too much fun being single yet. I'm very happy I'm not married yet.
An exceptional insight into the life of a community suspended in time. Our first contact was in northern Argentina, 1,200 kilometers from Buenos Aires. It was here in the Pampa de los Guanacos that a rigorous colony of over 170 families settled 20 years ago. Boris lives in the neighboring town. As a driver, he has long been one of the community's only links to the outside world. He agreed to take us to them. An invaluable action, especially given his knowledge of the colony's secrets and unspoken secrets.
I've been working with the colony for about 8 years. It took me a while to distinguish them. It's not easy to recognize them all. I tell them, you're all the same, blue eyes and blonde hair. But in time, by living with them, spending the whole day traveling with them, I've gradually learned to differentiate them.
It's Easter Sunday, and all the Mennonites are at church. We're forbidden to go any closer to this sacred place. We must wait until the end of Mass to see each family return home in an impressive procession of horse-drawn carriages. Horses, austere buildings, and dusty roads. The scene is set. But what lies behind it? Boris drops us off at Don Abraham's, where we're expected. It's the first time he's welcomed foreigners. Don Abraham has even agreed to let us stay in his house. A significant decision, but one that is not met with unanimous approval from the colony. He prepared this room for us. For the duration of our stay, we'll be living without running water or electricity. Above and beyond the good fortune of being welcomed into this ordinarily close community, sharing their daily lives will undoubtedly help us gain acceptance.
Don Abraham, can you give me the definition of a Mennonite?
We lead the same life as anyone else. It's just that we're used to living in the countryside, on the fringes of technology and all that comes with it. It's very difficult, yes, but we manage. Would you like a tour of the home? Would you like to see inside?
Of course.
Jullie dit nog een beetje filmen? Jullie dit nog een beetje filmen? Hoe is dat dan?
We can come inside the house.
Don Abraham lets us film a scene that at first glance seems banal. A little girl getting her hair braided. In fact, it's a real vote of confidence. What we're filming is the braiding ceremony. Among Mennonites, women's hair is taboo, never shown let down in public. Women grow their hair all their lives without cutting it once, and must keep it up and hidden under a veil. If we're baffled by these customs from another era, Don Abraham's family is no less baffled by our equipment.
It's not true. Like a Argentinian one side and the other on it up the band here.
Among Mennonites, looking into each other's eyes is very impolite. So, staring at someone through the viewfinder of a camera immediately creates discomfort. So much so, in fact, that Don Abraham's last son preferred to leave the room.
Hello, can you tell me your name?
My name is Gerardo Clasen,
And how old are you, Gerardo?
25 years old.
You know, we're here so that people in France who are very far away and don't know anything about the Mennonite colonies and how they live, can learn and see how you all live together.
There aren't any colonies in France?
No.
I see. Here we're told that in almost every country there are colonies like ours. I didn't know there weren't any over there.
Don Abraham is 67 years old. He and his wife Susanna have 9 children and 29 grandchildren. The whole family is invited to lunch for Easter. Susanna and the other women of the family have been in the kitchen since dawn. But it's impossible to talk to them. They only know the ancestral dialect, Plattdeutsch, and a man must be present for the translation.
What is the role of a Mennonite woman?
Cooking, washing, and cleaning the house.
And raising children too.
Yes, it's very important. And that's what the mother has to take care of.
Is there a difference between men and women? As far as language is concerned, Spanish.
Yes, they never go anywhere. They stay here at the colony, so they don't have any opportunity to learn Spanish.
Exceptionally, we were able to film this family reunion. But surprise, even after the prayer, which marks the start of each meal, silence remains the order of the day. Their precept forbids speaking at the table, especially on a holiday. Men and women are separated according to age. Don Abraham presides over the meal. There are no starters, main courses, or desserts. Here, savory and sweet dishes are put on the table at the same time, and everyone serves themselves as they please. At the end of the meal, the men leave and the women settle the children in, always sorted by gender and age, and always in silence. The plates and cutlery aren't changed out, and the menu remains the same. Mennonite children grow up in an austere, strict environment. No technology, no swings or slides behind the house. While the adults chat after dinner, they play duck, duck, goose in peals of laughter. No games in the schoolyard either. Like the church, it's a sober building. And we're not allowed in. We'll never be able to film inside these walls. Through the windows, we can make out religious songs sung in unison. How does the educational system work? Who supervises them? What are the subjects and what do they learn in mathematics, history, science? All we know is that boys go to school until they're 13 and girls until they're 12. When they're no longer at school, teenagers are allowed to get together outside the family circle on Sundays to play ball games, as they call it. But this freedom is conditional. No contact between boys and girls is permitted, and curfew is at 5 p.m. All minors must return home. Why so many rules and so much rigor? We discussed the sensitive question with the adults at the colony.
What do the youth want?
They want to further modernize themselves. And it's also difficult for young people to understand our customs. Because today, everything is always changing, and they don't understand why things are so.
What happens if you, the adults, discover that young people are drinking alcohol or listening to music?
If it's forbidden, they shouldn't do it. In other words, if parents discover them doing it, they'll teach them a lesson.
But why not?
Because of the bad things that happen, that are reality, but that young people don't see. That, and so that they don't start doing it themselves.
The rules derived from their interpretation of the Bible are strict.
Boris, can you stop?
But are they really followed?
Children do many things in secret, and you know what children are like. They're mischievous.
Several days spent with the teenagers finally put them at ease in our presence. And very quickly, they disobey. This simple speaker is a strictly forbidden technology in this colony, where whistling is punishable by law. Ironically, they don't speak English and don't understand the double entendres in the lyrics to their favorite song.
Do you understand the lyrics?
No. Oh.
In the end, aside from their clothes, there was nothing to distinguish them from other teenagers in the world.
They're all lowering their eyes.
Whose main concern at this age are their first loves.
And who's got a girlfriend? He does. How did you and your girlfriend meet? How did you meet? At a get-together? Is she a family friend?
Among Mennonites, marriage has a fundamental role. The Bible tells them from an early age that they must procreate to perpetuate the colony. And everything is in place to ensure that this precept is respected.
What's this room for?
We give this room to our children so they can entertain guests, friends, and future fiancés.
This room, outside the house, is reserved for couples who are already engaged. Another, more insidious form of control. Once the curtains are closed, parents are not allowed in.
So you don't know what's going on in here?
Well, we don't know very well.
On the furniture are wrapped presents, each child's dowry. There are stoves, an iron, decorations, beauty products. Once married, they will leave with their treasures.
And every family in the colony has a room like this, with this kind of furniture?
Yes, most of them have a room like this.
Guillermo invites us into his home. His wife makes the family's clothes. We notice a white label on the clothes of all the men in this colony. It turns out it's a sign of pacifism. Mennonites reject all forms of violence.
It's our symbol to say that we don't have guns, we don't have knives, we don't kill people. That's what it means.
And all Mennonite men wear this symbol?
Yes, all of them.
Don't Mennonites ever get angry?
Of course we do. We also get angry and we even argue sometimes, some more than others. But it's never too serious, and we end up forgiving each other.
There are no police or prisons here, only a governor, like Guillermo, who's been elected for 5 years.
What does it mean to be a governor?
I make sure everything is in order in the colony. It's a bit like a steward's job, or like a village mayor. I have to set limits, otherwise, where will we go? It's my daily job. But it's okay, everything is under control.
Though also a governor, Guillermo is first and foremost a farmer, like most Mennonites here. The colony farms 8,000 hectares. It's impossible to do this kind of work without a tractor. But why are tractors accepted, while cars aren't? And above all, why are the wheels made of metal?
It's hard. They're iron wheels. Otherwise, it's problematic with the religion. Anything with a motor is not allowed to have rubber wheels.
Because the tractor is a work tool?
Because it's a work tool, not used for the road.
Rubber tires are only allowed on horse-drawn carts. While working the land allows for a little modernity, all other comforts are banned. Hence the horse-drawn carriages that Guillermo and his sons build for the whole community.
This is for the horses. It's very, very light.
Do you make everything yourself?
Yes, my children make everything.
Even the wheels?
Even the wheels and everything else.
And you can have rubber wheels on this horse-drawn cart.
That's right. If it's a horse that's pulling it, then it can have rubber wheels, yes.
Is it because there's no engine?
Yes, because there's no engine.
Although school doesn't really provide them with any technical or scientific knowledge, some Mennonites are real self-taught engineers.
Let me introduce you to a Mennonite who built a car.
Is that allowed?
He's on a razor's edge. It's a very tense, complicated process. It's not allowed.
For building a car, even with iron wheels, without the community's authorization, Pedro risks being banished.
Why did it stop?
It's cold. What do you expect?
And the fuel?
It's gas. It runs on gas.
And you use a seat that's not a car seat?
Yes,
it's from the
it's
cart.
from the cart.
You don't have any problems because of this?
No?
Religion says nothing about it? Everything's fine?
Some people don't like that I have this. So I go to the colony with the horse.
Building this car was no hobby for Pedro. He uses it to improve his working conditions. Selling his cheeses in neighboring villages takes half the time. Like all Mennonites, Pedro left school at 13. And it's thanks to his ingenuity that he was able to build this car.
This wasn't studied by engineers or technicians using mathematical calculations. There's none of that.
Homemade?
It's all homemade, as he says. It's all his idea.
A few weeks after our departure, we learned that Pedro had been discovered. But while the bishop and governor agreed to give him a second chance and not banish him immediately, he had to dismantle his entire car. However, some Mennonites no longer accept these overly strict rules. Boris takes us to a dissident.
I'll take you to a Mennonite who's no longer with the colony. He's gone. David, how are you getting on? Are you working?
A little. Come on in.
In the home of this former Mennonite, you'll find all kinds of modern objects. But what is the price of this freedom?
This is what I have now that I couldn't have before, because it wasn't allowed. Because they say it's a satanic device, which you can use to do bad things. But if you use it normally, there's nothing wrong with it. I would ask, but why is it wrong? And be told, because they have no real explanation why.
Is there anything you wanted to have that wasn't allowed?
I bought a radio. It was the first thing I bought. to listen to the news or music. When I left and heard all the news, it was wonderful. The truth is, I couldn't believe it, hearing everything that was going on in the world. But it was happening. It was a radical change.
David was not banned for breaking the rules. He decided on his own to leave the colony 4 years ago.
At what point did you begin to think that there could be life outside the colony?
I decided little by little. At first, it was about raising the children. But I realized it was no longer possible to stay there. I couldn't see a future for them. I don't really know what kind of future they're going to have here. But at least they're living in the present. In the colony, they have no way of imagining a future for themselves because they don't study.
But for David, there's no going back. He'll never again be part of the community where he lived.
Most people say he's gone and he's a very bad person. He's not even worth saving. Don't go near him.
David Dick can no longer live here.
And if he wants to come back one day?
He can't come back. He can never come back. No.
What about your family in the colony? Do you still see them?
It's unbearable. I have no contact with my parents, my relatives, my brothers, everyone. Nobody wants to see me anymore. Even if I left the colony and stopped believing, that doesn't take away my right to be my mother's son. I'm always a son. No matter where, no matter how, she'll always be my mother.
In order to offer his children the freedom he never knew as a child, David had to give up all his loved ones. But at a 5-hour drive from here, some other Mennonites claim a form of modernity and freedom without hiding. They settled in Maytown, in the heart of this wild landscape. But there's no need to look hard for a colony. The Mennonites have taken over the residential areas of the city and live among the Argentinians. Here, owning and driving a car is completely legal. Some have perfect English, like Titus, the colony's secretary.
We believe that cars can be useful for us and for us to interact with the community, for us to be able to travel, because our purpose to be here is to reach the people of Maytown, to reach the people of Argentina.
He works at the colony's administrative center, which houses the church, the school, but also and above all, a printing works. Computers, scanners. Titus has an explanation for the presence of such modern tools. All these machines are at the service of God, as they are used to print leaflets to evangelize and expand the colony.
You know, this machine is a digital machine, and computers, these all facilitate things for us to help spread the word. You know, our forefathers didn't have to deal with the issue of the internet because it didn't exist. But we believe that it's possible for every church, every generation, to decide based on the Bible what is permissible and what is not.
The internet also serves God. Well, partly.
I have a filter on my computer that doesn't allow me to go to certain sites, social sites especially. For example, let's go to Facebook. And this is the message that pops up. General news, for example, CNN in Espanol. Same thing. To avoid temptation and to not make it, to make it a deliberate choice to do it. I might not accidentally do something I shouldn't do, because on the internet, sometimes things pop up.
Thanks to the internet, Titus has learned a lot. particularly in his favorite subjects, geography and astronomy.
Some of my friends on the colonies did not believe the Earth was round. They believe it's flat. They don't know how the solar system works. They don't know about all the stars out there. And I find it fascinating.
Titus was thus able to research the origins of his community. Founded in the 16th century by the Dutch priest Menno Simons, it is distinguished by a more radical practice of Protestantism with an emphasis on community and nonviolence. The name Menno gave rise to the name Mennonite.
Most of my ancestors came from Netherlands, from Ukraine. A lot of them moved to Canada. And from Canada, many of them moved to South America, some to Brazil, a lot to Paraguay, and some to Argentina.
Right next to the printing works is the cooperative store, run by women from the colony.
That'll be $1.50, please. I like it, yes.
4 of them make pastries here. In Meitan, women have the same right as men to do things other than domestic chores. They even play an important role in the community's economy.
I love it here. That's why I'm still here. I love my job.
For example, some of them also work in a Mennonite store in the center of town, blending in with the Argentine shops.
We usually try to come to work by 7:30, and we're open till 10.
That's a long day's work.
Long days of work, but if we have a siesta in the middle, it helps.
A few blocks from the shop lives Marta, Titus's sister.
Good morning.
Hello, Marta.
Come in.
A former English teacher at the colony, she continues to teach classes to children. The brother and sister live together because Marta chose never to marry.
It's not like nobody has asked me, but if I get married, I want to feel like that's what the Lord has for me and be happy. And I feel like the right one hasn't come.
And we wait for God's will, because not everyone can get married. There are some who can stay single and others who get married.
The norm in the Mennonites, the married women stay at home and take care of their children, keep house.
Wouldn't you like to get married?
Not yet. It's too much fun being single yet.
Is it a choice for you?
I'm very happy I'm not married yet.
While this progressive colony leaves women free to choose not to be wives or mothers, there is paradoxically one area that remains highly codified: dress. Women must wear loose-fitting dresses, and pants and bright colors are forbidden.
Red or maroon. I love those colors. I would love to have a dress like that. But yeah, I'm not allowed to. And so I'm not going to go make myself a red dress.
And as with the rigorists, the women wear a small veil and are not allowed to show or cut their hair.
You've never cut your hair?
Never have. I like my hair long.
So you've got long hair, but how do you style it?
Like this. This is like for all the Christians or church members. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for this day you've given to us. Thank you for sunshine. We thank you for the many blessings you give to us every day. Thank you for the food that has been prepared. Help us use the strength we see from it to bring honor and glory to your name. We thank you for friends here with us. Bless our time of fellowship.
In loosening her bun in front of our camera, Marta is showing us the incredible trust she has in us. And yet, we are far from imagining the events of tomorrow. That day, Titus arranged to meet us at the church to film the Mass. Given the difficulties we've had up to now, it's a dream come true. We wait for him for almost 2 hours, but no one came, and he stopped answering the phone. Then,
Hello?
we receive an edifying call.
Say hello. This is Larry Weaver calling. Minister from the Mennonite Messianic Mission here.
Hello, Larry. Well, Titus told us it would be possible for us to attend and film the Mass, to film the service.
Well, no, it isn't.
Why didn't you say so before? Because Titus allowed us to film.
You know, I'm sorry about that, but Titus is no longer a member with us, and he has no authorization to give you that permission.
Titus no longer belongs to your church?
It was about 4 months ago that he was excommunicated. He has made some serious mistakes. I would suggest that you don't pry any further into that. We just feel like this is an intrusion.
Excommunicated, the worst sentence for a Mennonite who lives by and for the community. Has Titus been lying to us all along about his role in the colony? We can't find out anymore, as he remains unreachable. His sister Marta picks up the phone.
You're telling me, Marta, that as his sister, who is living with him, you don't know exactly what happened?
No. I have often been very curious about it. I know a little bit, but finally, will it really help me to know everything that he did? Probably not.
The next day, against all the odds, Marta keeps her promise to introduce us to some of the newcomers, but it's a bitterly cold drive.
This is where they live. Digging.
Sarah, her husband Abraham, and their 5 children arrived in the suburbs of Meitan less than a month ago. Sarah only speaks Plattdeutsch, but Marta was kind enough to act as our translator.
Vad så stampen då? Sen.
Where does this family come from? Why did they decide to join this community?
Well, my friends back there in the colony, the ones we often got together with for barbecues, gathered and talked about me, saying I had all the vices: beers, cigars, and coca. And one of them said, "Do you know why he has so many vices? Because there's the devil under his table. That's why he has these vices. So it seems the devil is working against him, right?"
In his former colony, Nueva Esperanza, Abraham was caught with a cell phone. To punish him, his children were deprived of school and he lost his job. He couldn't bear a life banished from his community. So, the family moved to this colony.
Was there a time when you no longer believed in life or didn't want to live?
I was on the verge of ending my life several times. Yes. But I'm happy to go on living.
With no police and no prison, these communities are maintained by extreme social pressure. Sara gave us the address of her sister Eva and her brother-in-law, who remain in Nueva Esperanza, their former colony. It's over 1,300 kilometers away, and we're setting off in hopes of meeting them. How did they feel about Sara and Abraham's banishment? Have they, too, banished them from their lives? Southern Argentina is a region of wide open spaces and cattle ranchers, with magnificent western landscapes. The rigorous Mennonite colony has been settled here since 1986 and has a population of 2,700. It is the oldest, largest, and supposedly most conservative colony in the country.
No photo, no photo!
Here, as in all the colonies, there are no addresses or street numbers. You're identified by the name and occupation of the head of the family. We are welcomed with smiles, and they don't seem surprised by our visit.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, we have one too.
Is there a cell phone in this house?
Yes.
Where's your cell phone?
My phone? Would you like to see it? What for?
Can we see it? You don't want him to see it?
No, I don't want him to see all this.
After his brother-in-law, his wife and their children were violently rejected for possessing a cell phone. They too have defied the ban. A telephone means more productivity at work, but above all, a link with Sara and Abraham.
You know him, Abraham. Abraham and Sarah, here. And here are Abraham and Sarah with the children.
And you're not afraid?
To be found out. If I'm discovered, if they come, if it gets out, I have to change it. I have to give it away. You don't have to lie.
But how will you manage without a cell phone?
Buy another. In fact, the community doesn't want to tell tourists that there are phones here. Because on the internet, we tell them we've got nothing, and that's why they come.
So it's all for the tourists?
Mennonite tourism? What is he talking about?
What's going on? Let's see here.
At the entrance to the community, a scene unfolds that is unimaginable on Mennonite soil, especially in the colony, reputed to be the most fundamentalist in the country.
Hello, everyone. My name is Analia. Do you remember the show Little House on the Prairie? That particular way of life, which is neither better nor worse, is completely different from ours.
Every week, Analia, a professional guide, takes around 30 tourists to spend the day at the colony. The price? Around 60 euros per person.
It's a sacrificial lie. Everyone works from dawn to dusk, around 11 hours a day in the colony.
And the selling point? To plunge into the heart of the Little House on the Prairie series. It's hard to believe that this rigorous community is the one that welcomes these tourists, jumping all over them as soon as they step off the bus. But it's a well-oiled machine. A selfie for a suite. The children are happy to take souvenir photos. And the adults? No door seems to stop Analia.
Do you mind? Hello, Marguerite. How are you?
Mennonite daily life is a permanent spectacle. Cinnamon buns, doilies made by the youngest. The Mennonites are here to sell.
One more?
Thank you very much.
The tour continues to the church, the colony's most sacred site, which we were never able to film in all our weeks of immersion.
Well, let's take a look through the window.
But to give her tourists their money's worth, Analia takes the liberty of opening the shutters to show them inside.
See the wood up there? The men sit on this side, and the women sit on the right. Did you see the benches? What are they like?
Backless.
Backless. And they're backless at school, too. I asked the teacher why the benches were backless. He replied, so they don't fall asleep. If someone wants to come from outside to settle and live here, how can they become a Mennonite? Must they be baptized? Yes, they must adopt this religion and adopt their way of life, practice their religion, and live like them.
As the closest town, in an hour and a half away, the guide arranged with the Mennonites for them to open a restaurant for tourists, right in the heart of the colony.
This house, where we're eating today, belongs to Isaac and his wife. And they have daughters and 2 sons who help the family.
Who are your customers? Who comes to eat here?
Tourists often come for the asado. The locals around the colony regularly drop in on Saturdays and weekends.
The lunch menu includes asado, a typical Argentine dish, served in a comfortable dining room, just like in any other restaurant. Itzhak, on the other hand, won't tell us how much he earns per customer.
It's true that it's contradictory. Everyone says they're living like they did in the last century, but they're not. They have technology and tools for the job. How is everything?
The tour ends like any other tourist site, with the inevitable souvenir shop. Between local products and major brands, the colony's cooperative is more like a supermarket. Everything is for sale. You'll even find traditional outfits.
Here, women buy fabric to make dresses. The darkest colors are for older girls, like the ones shown here. Up to the age of 6, they dress in brighter, lighter colors.
Do they make them themselves?
Yes, they make them themselves.
This tourist business reveals the hypocrisy of a community that knows how to work around biblical precepts to achieve its ends. But this arrangement is a double-edged sword. And in this reputedly fundamentalist colony, the slightest opening fuels a real thirst for freedom. Abraham, a 20-year-old Mennonite boy, has had a dream for a long time. Today, he's going to fly. Mario, an ultralight aircraft pilot from the neighboring town, is waiting for him at the entrance to the colony.
How are you?
Hello,
Mario.
Abraham. Is it going to be very cold up there?
No, it'll be a bit cool, but no.
No need for a jacket?
No, don't worry about it.
This is exceptional news in the colony, and a group of youngsters came to enjoy the show, a little envious. To fly on this machine, Abraham had to obtain his father's approval, a former governor.
Abraham, is this your first time flying?
Yes.
And how are you feeling?
I'm calm. I'm happy.
Good.
This is my dream come true.
I'm delighted. Let's go?
Yes. I really like it. I'm not scared at all. All is calm. I can see my brothers down there, as if they were dolls. I'm flying like a bird.
Faced with a dream as big as flying, it's hard to stay stuck in the past. Are Mennonites doomed to disappear? Their deeply rooted customs and the social violence they sometimes use are a formidable tool of conservatism. But here, as anywhere else, the real power remains in the hands of the younger generation.